Hey guys, it's me again, Rita, and today I'll be sharing you how I actually got my PTE superior. So, when you're getting a permanent residency visa for Australia, English proficiency test is actually part of the requirements, and my English proficiency test of choice is PTE. If you guys are interested to know how I got my PR for Australia, I'll share the link below and you can check it out. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you find this video helpful, please do like as well. So just a quick disclaimer though, I'm not an English teacher or a coach. So the information that I'll be sharing are based on my experience only. So if you're not really sure or you're not really confident, please do your own research or reach out to those English teachers or English coaches. Okay? So what is PTE? PTE is a computer-based English assessment which tests your listening, your speaking, your writing, and your reading skills. So the test actually is divided into 3 parts, which is speaking and writing, reading, and listening. So when you're taking the exam, this is the order of the exam as well. So later I'm going to flash in the screen the different exam formats on each of these parts. Hey guys, so I'm flashing the table that I've actually used in my practice test. So this table shows which part a specific exam type is part of. So for example, read aloud, repeat sentence, describe image, they're part of the speaking and writing. So when you're taking the exam, this is actually the same order of the exam types. So speaking and writing goes first, and then in this sequence, this is actually the order of each of the types of exam. So each of these exam types, it actually contributes on different parts. Let's say read aloud. As you can see, I've actually highlighted speaking and reading, which means that if you take read aloud, it's going to contribute scores to your speaking and your reading. Okay, and then during the exam, you're expecting 6 to 7 items of read aloud. So I've written here the number of a specific exam type, like how many is going to come out during the exam. So I've also written here the time allocation. So you really have to be mindful of the time you spend on each of the exams. So one of the best tips that I can give in this exam is time management. You really have to manage your time in this one. So a quick one, like for reading, there's reading and writing, fill in the blanks, which contributes to writing and reading, so and so on. So basically I was using this table for me to plot, like I need to focus on which part of the exam, because I know that this is going to contribute more on this part. So that's why I was using this. Now you might be wondering with the colors of the color of the tiles. So I've also on the side, I've had a legend here on what the color means. So green, I've indicated very high. I've indicated blue for just high, yellow for medium, and magenta, light magenta for low. So these colors is also, I use this to maybe prioritize, because PTE, apart from being an English assessment skills, it's also, you need to strategize like your time management, and you should know like which tasks are actually giving more scores than the other. So that's the reason I actually mark it this way. So the green one, let's say the green one, this is repeat sentence. It contributes to speaking and listening. But look at the items that it will come out of the exam. It's actually 10 to 12 items of these. You'll know this is going to affect so much if you don't do well on repeat sentence. So that's the reason why it's green. Okay, so yeah, I was using this based on which ones I should be practicing more and which ones I don't really have to care about. Like, let's say the pink ones, oh no, sorry, the light magenta ones, like answer a short question. It still contributes to speaking, and it also contributes to listening. But there's going to be 5 to 6, but probably if you get this right, probably it's just a 1-pointer. So that's why it's on the low spectrum. Let's say for listening, let's say write from dictation. It contributes to writing and it contributes to listening as well. But it's really green. I marked this high because you're going to get 3 to 4 of these in the exam, and writing from dictation has a lot of criteria, like let's say the spellings, missed words, the plural forms of the words is really, really important. So this one also needs some practice. So yeah, just looking at this table, this is how I strategize my practice. So I hope this table will help you. You can take a screenshot if you want to. So at least you can decide like which ones you think you will practice more, which ones you probably not prioritize also. So this is just for me. This is based on my experience. Regarding the data, I've actually based this on the score criteria from PTE as well. So you can refer to it. I'll share the link below as well if you want the really, really detailed version of the scoring of the exam. So this one is very high level. For the next part, I'll share a few tips that I've done with my PTE exam. And my first tip is time management. For time management, each of the parts of the exam are time. So you need to manage like how many minutes you have to spend on a specific question. So there are some questions that actually is going to take a lot of your time, and then the rest that are really, really crucial, like for example, like the most important parts of the exam are being put at the last part of the exam. Let's say in the listening, if you check on the table that I showed just now, write from dictation is actually in the last part of the exam. You need to be very, very mindful of your time, that you will have enough time to do right dictation, because it's the king. It's one of the king of the exam. So make sure that you spend more time on those types of exam that contributes bigger on your scores. That's one. Now another is practice. PTE is, as I said earlier, is a computer-based exam. So your familiarity with the exam format is going to help so much on when you take the exam, because you know what to expect, you know what to do. Given that the exam is time boxed, you know what to do. So once you, let's say you're expecting retail lecture, you know that you really need to take notes when you are listening to the lecture, or it's more of like just getting to know, getting the hang of each of these exam formats, because you will be timed. Okay, later part of the video, I'm actually going to share the resources that I've used to get my superior score. So another tip is try at least one full mock test. The reason being is, if you're doing the practice test on these other apps, you're only taking like a specific exam format only, like let's say you're doing read aloud, or you're doing the repeat sentence or whatsoever. They're just you're just practicing like one type, but you don't really have the experience on really having them all together, because it could be overwhelming. And this is also a good chance for you to try and test your time management. So that's why I recommend you try the full mock test. It's going to be like you're given like a time to talk at the start, which is unscored, and then before the exam starts, then you will know like even the transition of the types of the format of the exam. At first it was a little shocking for me, like, oh no, it's this one. So that's why maybe it would be good you try that, try to get at least an experience of an actual full mock test of PTE. Familiarity of the exam is such a big help on taking the exam. So please take at least one. There are those that give free full mock tests if you sign up to their app, so you can try those. Just get a feel on how a full PTE exam will be. The UI may be a little different, but the experience will be very, very similar. So please try it out. Next tip is you need to get used with your examination environment. So before you actually start the exam, you'll be given a certain time to test your mic, test your headset, and maybe get used with the environment. So make use of this time to practice the volume of your voice, and get used with the noise in your environment, because in the exam, you're not the only one that's taking the exam, and you all have the same parts of the exam, wherein the first one is actually the speaking and writing. So you need to adjust with that. Some of the feedbacks with the others who actually took the exam is they could not focus because of the noise of the room. So you will be all talking, so that's why make sure that this I think it's 1 minute. This time, the first that time that was given to you before the exam starts, is utilize the time to practice, prepare yourself, warm up, so that you get used to the environment. With that noise, you still be able to focus with that noise around you. Okay, so for the resources that I've actually used, there's actually a lot of resources out there, but for my case, my practice stuff that the practice materials that I was using during the exam was, first one is Language Academy. So this channel, I was following this channel, all the tips and tricks. I've actually used this. I use it a lot in the exam. I've used the templates, I've used the strategies and the tricks on making sure that how you're coping up with the pressure, because since the exam is time box, you'll be pressured too, so you'll be panicking and stuff. So there are tips and tricks to handle those. So that is actually what I was following. And then apart from those materials, I use a Uni app. So I usually practice all the exam formats, like the repeat sentence, those written right from dictation. All of the test formats, I actually practice them in Uni. Like anywhere I go, like I'm in a train or just sitting around anywhere, or just before I go to sleep, or I was practicing intensely on, I think I practiced for about 2 to 3 weeks intensely with using APNA. So what's good with it is after you answer a certain exam, it's going to give you a correct answer, and like it's going to highlight you, and it's going to give you a score as well. So you can actually see like which part you can actually improve. So I also suggest you can, okay, for my case, I've actually bought the VIP package just around, if I'm not wrong, it's 20 to 30 bucks. But it's all worth it. It's 30 days. I managed to, I can really attest on using practice tests. It's really effective. It really gets you, it really prepares you for the exam, because preparing for the exam is really just very important. Like just familiarizing the test format is really important. So I really hope that this video will help you in your PTE exam. And if you like this, please do like and share. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe my channel. And thank you for watching. See you again. Bye bye.